That was the sound of your death. The last sound you'll hear. Let the waves of pain carry you off. Death comes faster than sound.
What's up, cosplayers? EIE cosplayers! So today we're going to be transforming ourselves into the Queen of Pain. And the first step, we're going to use a primer to make our skin nice and smooth. And before we get into the second step, I just want to show you guys how I made the horns. I made it using Model Magic clay that I found at Michael's. It's a really light clay, which is very important because that means that the glue would adhere faster, and also it'll be very comfortable to use too. So now we're going to create her color. She's a light blue, but not only is she light blue, it's a grayish light blue. So I'm going to mix those together to get that color. So I'm using light blue, white, and a very tiny itsy bitsy bit of black. And I'm mixing that all together. And when you're done mixing, you can go ahead and apply it on your skin. I'm using a flat brush, but you can use a sponge if you want to. Now technically you're supposed to do this before you put the paint on, but I'm doing it right now. So I'm blocking my eyebrows and I'm going to use the glue stick method. I do have a tutorial just on that, so please click the video above to watch and learn how to do that. So notice how I didn't block out my complete eyebrow, I just left a little piece so that I can draw out the rest. And I'm going to leave that to dry, and then I'm going to finish the rest of my face by highlighting certain areas with a lighter shade of blue. Now with that lighter shade, I'm just drawing upside down triangles under my eyes and highlighting certain areas of the face. On this image here, you can see it very well. There's areas of her face that are highlighted, so that's all I'm doing. I'm mimicking the same highlights that she has on her face. And now I'm just blending that into the skin. And next, I'm going to use a sponge and a translucent powder to enhance and also set, which they call the baking method, right? So I'm using a translucent powder in the same shapes that I did with the highlighter. So I'm using that upside down triangle shape with the powder, and I'm also gonna apply a little bit on my forehead, on my nose, and on my jawline. And all that's doing is enhancing the color and also setting the makeup. And I'm gonna put the photo here once again so you guys can reference that light and brightness on her face so you know exactly where to apply it. So while we let that bake, we're going to go ahead and move to the eyebrows. So I'm going to use a liquid liner, and I'm using the NYX one because it's very thin. It's great for drawing. So first I'm going to use this liquid liner to basically outline the shape of the eyebrow so that I can start filling it in with a gel liner. It just makes it really easier for me. The trick with this is always using products that are very either liquid or soft in gel, because if you use a pencil, it just goes everywhere and messes everything up. So it has to be very soft and very slick and smooth when you draw it, if that makes any sense. And the best advice that I give for this part is to take your time and also draw it on a piece of paper if that helps you before you do it on your face. And you see how I used before the little dot on my face to mark down where the arch of the eyebrows are going to be. If doing little dots help you too, just take your time, take it easy, do it slowly. You got this. And if you feel like you messed anything up, that's okay. Just go back with the same face paint and use a small brush to fix it. And now with a very fluffy brush, I'm going to dust all that powder away. So you're going to do very light dusting movements. You're not going to do any harsh movements to move the paint away. You're just going to very lightly dust all that powder away. And now back to the horns. We're gonna glue them on. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the photo and I'm measuring and putting them in the right position that I believe to be the same as hers. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply spirit gum. And the way I like to use this is I let it dry a little bit and then I use my finger with dabbing motions to make it very tacky. So that way when I apply it on the skin, it glues right away. And here's a quick tip for you. The blow dryer helps a lot in this case, especially if you don't have spirit gum and the glue that you're using dries down slower, it'll accelerate the process. And now for some blush, we're just gonna apply that on the high points of the cheek. As you can see in the photo, that helps a lot where exactly you have to apply it. And the color that I'm using is a very soft and light rosy pink. You want to use a very soft color so that it will blend well with the blue and also match the color that she has in the photo. Nothing very harsh. And of course, what is blush without highlighters? So I'm using the Northern Lights palette from Jeffree Star, and I'm using those two colors and I'm applying them on the highest points of my cheek. Also in the inner corners of my eyes, my nose, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead. Again, I'm mimicking the lights, the highlights of the photo that I'm referencing. And now for the eyes, which I believe to be the easiest part of this tutorial. I'm basically getting a black gel liner and applying that all over my eyelid, and then I start drawing the shapes that she has, the lines that connect to her eyes. It's really easy, there's no like correct way to do it. You basically just look at it and then draw the same shape on your face. And now with a white eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and apply that in my waterline to give the illusion that my eyes are bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead with some gray eyeshadow and I'm going to contour my nose. And the reason why I'm using gray is so that it will be a very light contour and it won't be very harsh on the photos, because we want everything to be natural and we want to mimic the shadows that she has on that photo that we're referencing. So everything that I see a shadow is where I'm going to start contouring. Lipstick time! Why do I just look like I'm gonna sneeze or something? Anyway, so I'm using a rosy red lipstick on my lips, and then I'm gonna use a black liner to outline my lips and make them seem like they're larger, because she does have some very luscious lips on the photo. I also applied some highlighter to the center points of my lips to give that highlight and that shine, just like she has in the photo. And I keep saying that, but it literally is just look at the photo and you try to mimic exactly what is going on over there and you translate that into makeup. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys really liked this, and please leave your like on this video, share with friends, subscribe to the channel, help me grow this channel. You know I love to teach you guys about cosplay and it means a lot to me, so keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing so that this channel can grow and I can make more and more content for you guys. Thank you so much, and bye bye!